And welcome back, everyone, to another Death Battle prediction. They just keep coming, don't they? Because they reached the goal for Ash versus Yugi. Now, the thumbnail comes from Soma Shadow. I've used their thumbnails before. Go check them out. So I'm assuming for this fight that they will include a Tem in this. I'm assuming, because that makes sense. You're using these characters at their peak. Yugi's at his peak when he has the power of the Pharaoh on his side. And if that is the case, I've seen a lot of people go on the side of Ash here. I'm assuming they'll give Ash his entire team roster. And Ash also has the ability to sense ki, but when you go past that, there's actually not much Ash can do. Because Ash, now, let me be very clear. I haven't been engaged with all of Pokemon's movies and God knows how long, so I don't know for certain if Ash has any other abilities to him. But as far as that, besides being a reincarnation of a hero, being able to technically sense ki, clearly they're probably going to calc the fact that he can carry heavy pokes, so he's stronger than he looks. They're probably going to calc that, but that's not the point. The point is clearly going to be Pokemon versus dual monsters, and why that's important is with a Tem in the Millennium Puzzle, Yugi should be able to make those monsters solid. They should be able to make them real. And if that's the case, with all his spells, traps, and monsters in his deck, and the effects they have, plus what is literally called the boundless energy of the Pharaoh, a Tem literally defeated Zork with the power of the Lion Gods and his Millennium Puzzle and his boundless energy. Pharaoh Tem also has far more experience than Ash ever could dream to have. I gotta go with the Tem/Yugi in this fight. Now, this is all under the assumption that a Tem is going to be included here, and seeing that's the image they're kind of implying, and that they would be using these characters at their peak capabilities, then yes, I have to assume that is their full strength. Not to mention that there's Egyptian god cards to be thrown in there. And if Yugi is summoning out the Egyptian god cards at any point in time in this fight, and the cards are physical creatures that will interact with the real world and all that, well, then there is no mon on this God's green earth, Proke Earth, that could even come close to that in Ash's entire team roster. His strongest mon would be like Naganigal, Gudra, Ash Greninja, his Charizard, which are all probably maxed out, Melmetal, because he barely has any legendaries or mythicals to speak of on his team. And Naganigal is not really on his team anymore. It's kind of gone, but theoretically we could use it. I wonder how they're going to justify that, by the way. Is he just going to have a vest of Pokeballs and a jacket and just keeps tossing them out? Is that what he's going to do? I don't know. But yeah, I'm just going through every single region and who he captured. He's got Infernape and Torterra. Those are pretty strong. Crocodile, sure. His Kalos team is actually exceptionally strong. He has a very strong Kalos team. But yeah, he's got one pseudo on his team, not including Gibble, because Gibble never fully evolved. I mean, Gibble is a pseudo, it's just not fully evolved. And then I go, I'm trying to think, Alola. He's got a Incineroar, Melmetal, and then Galar. Lucario is his Galar, champion team is exceptionally powerful with Lucario. He does have a Dragonite. That's right, he does have a Dragonite. Gengar, all that. But again, you have massive amounts of monsters. Not to mention spells and traps he can basically use. And so now the question is going to be then, is he going to maybe overwhelm Yugi with the sheer amount of mon he has? Because Yugi actually only has a limited amount of cards in the deck, because they're going to be using his deck. You know they are. But the catch-22 on that is, how many of those monsters is he going to use, combined with spells and all that, are going to be able to take out multiple amount of Ash's mon? And then physical strength and all that. I mean, if by some reason it goes to fisticuffs, technically speaking, Ash should actually win that fight. Just because of like some of the feats, like carrying Larvitar, who like weighs hundreds of pounds and all that, no problem. Letting Mon that weigh hundreds of pounds land on his arm. So I'm personally going with a Tem/Yugi. I'm going Yugi. But I'm not going to roll over surprised and shock if Ash wins. I won't. But this is just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Later.